Hello, hi, and welcome to my channel. Now, I would like to talk about depression. I know that it has been a very hard time for each and every person who is living anywhere in this world. With this pandemic, the situation has been very bad, and things have really gone to the worst point because so many families have broken, so many men have become broken, and their spirits have been broken. They have been sacked from job. So many women have been broken in so many ways. So many families have gone so much. I've gone through so much hardships, and I know that different diseases call for different types of medicines, but the first medicine that we should always consider each and every time that we want to handle a situation or a problem is prayer. It should be the first thing. Our African culture always commends the kind of religion or the belief that we have. We are people who believe in our faith. And therefore, the first thing that you should do whenever you're in any kind of a trouble, hata kama, even if there is a thief who is after your life, or it's the devil himself who's actually running after your life, you should first of all say a word of prayer. No matter how you say it, just calling upon God. He always answers. He's very faithful, even if you have not been faithful in your undertakings. And the second thing, and the most important thing, um, is staying positive, because you know so many other people have lost their lives through this pandemic. So many other people have been affected in so many different ways. So many people have lost their luggages. So many people have lost their lives. So many people have lost food they normally eat. So many people have had to make a drastic change in the kind of way they adapt into a life, because so many people have moved from the kind of houses they used to live in. So many people have moved from the other kind of lifestyle that they chose for themselves back then, and they have realized that they can actually save a coin on each and every single thing that they do. And therefore, um letting depression get in the way of recovery is a very vital and a very destructive tool. And the best way to handle depression is to always find someone who you can talk to. If at all talking to, you don't have that person who you can talk to, then you can just talk to yourself. You can take your camera, speak into your camera, pause it, and then listen to whatever you said. If you feel sad about it, then take another shot, film it, and then view it, so that you might have both side of each coin. You cannot just look at the side of things are going down, things are crashing. Actually, this is the time that in any country that is great, it's going to pick up its feet, and it's going to rise up. And any person, any businessman who was losing his job, or who was not paying attention to his job, this is the time that he actually has to revive his business. This is the time that each and every person who had a scare about starting a new job is actually getting and putting themselves out there. And if at all there's anything that you can do, anything, even just writing, you can just write something. Write whatever you feel. If you feel like you don't have anyone you can actually talk to verbally, you can just do it in a written manner. You can take a piece of paper, take a pen, and then write whatever your emotions, whatever kind of emotions you're inhabiting. And then with this, you'll be able to get out those hearts, those disappointments, and the feelings that you have towards this pandemic, and towards, it's something that we cannot change. It's something that you have no control over. And the word of God says that whatever you cannot control, leave it. If you have no control over it, then leave it alone. It is not your portion to worry about it. Worry about the things that you can control, like the way you eat, the way you smile, how many times you laugh, what you eat, how you speak to people, how they speak to you. Those are things you can control. You cannot let anyone speak to you the way they want. If you don't want them to be aggressive with you, they won't. If you want them to be aggressive with you, then they will. whatever kind of habit that you whatever kind of habit that you allow yourself to be in is whatever kind of result you're going to yield in the end time. And if you don't invest in yourself at this specific time, because it's the time where our country is very hit, it's the economy is destroyed, the economy is upside down, but other factors have been put up. So many other factors have been affected, while others have contributed actually. And if you don't realize the ones that are actually giving you profit and the ones that are giving you losses, then you won't be able to even out whatever kind of things you will be able to balance, because you have to weigh. In life, you have to always weigh the things that are good and the things that are bad, the positive, the negative, the profit and the loss. You always have to have a negative and a plus, because it is life. You can either have or you can either lose. And therefore, the decisions that you make each and every single minute, they will always come to affect your result. And in the end, depression will not heal you. Getting depressed or thinking too much about something that you have no control whatsoever on will not be a solution. And you don't want to stress your family with you going for rehab or for classes, for counseling classes, or for appointments with a doctor, a mental health doctor. These are the kind of expenses that you can spare yourself, because you don't have the money to pay that doctor, you don't have the money to pay that psychologist. You can use that money to actually cover the expenses for food or lights or water or anything that you need for in the house. And therefore, the best way I insist to handle stress, okay, the best way to handle stress is to pray, first of all, and second of all, do not worry about things you cannot control. Live life the way it is. If you have food now, eat it. The God who provided now will provide tomorrow. Why do you worry about tomorrow? God has plans for tomorrow. Wake up early, do something productive. Wake up, go for a run. Wake up early, go for a run. Go to the park, go and look for something nice. Buy yourself a flower. It will keep you cheered up all day. Do something nice. Tell someone something nice. You never know. You might be someone's angel. Okay? Or let someone else tell you something nice. It's good to feel good. That is why we eat. We eat so that we can fulfill our empty stomachs. They feel bad and they are empty. That is why we eat. And therefore, if your heart is empty, you need someone who will encourage you. And every single time you log on to this channel, I will always have a word of encouragement for you. This is just the first one, and there are so many more to come. So many more to come. I promise you, I will not fail you. Thank you very much for tuning in. I am Mercy Hodari. Mwah.